ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming today. Please welcome the new Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Look at them both, they look unbelievable. Right, so for people who don't know me, my name's Brad. I'm the brother of Robin, Max's new brother-in-law. I'm going to be your host or the master of ceremony, so whatever sounds more important, I like that. I just want to say, so when Robin and Max asked me to be the MC for today, it's not every day you get to stand up and talk about your sister's poor life choices. Sorry, that's out of order. Sorry, Max. Sorry, Max. But yeah, it's my job today just to get like the evening up and running, the party up and running. But speaking of running, Max, thanks for not doing that earlier, mate. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So everyone who got invited today, so a few of you might have seen it, a few of you might have not. They sent out like an email invitation. Did everyone see it? Or? Yeah, the email invitation had like a description of like the bridesmaids and the groomsmen and me. And then when it came to me, they said I'm like a mix of Ant and Dec, like rolled into one. I can only imagine that's Ant's massive forehead and Dec's cringy jokes. So I thought about it, so you've basically got a geezer who's got cringy jokes and a massive forehead. Cheers, Robin. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's really hard for me to follow this because like walking Robin down the aisle, seeing my mum's speech and Max's vows and all that, like it was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. So can we just give like Max a round of applause and mum a round of applause, please? Just a quick shout out as well. The bridesmaids, they look phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You all look amazing. And obviously, best till last, the groomsmen. Boys, I can't believe we all wore the same suit. What are the chances? What are the chances? But no, everyone, I just want, obviously, I'm not here to do a speech. I'm here to just introduce the night and just make sure everyone's having a good time. But obviously, I've got to do a toast, don't I? I've got to do a toast. Robin, you look absolutely amazing. I cannot believe it. When I got told to go and walk in and see Robin, is it Rachel? Rachel told me to walk in my head down like this. So I'm walking in. And then she goes, like, look up. And I thought, right, how am I going to do? These photos, I'm dreading seeing them. I'm absolutely dreading seeing them. Max, you've been phenomenal throughout the whole day, mate. Like, when I picked Max up this morning. As soon as I picked him up, I could just tell by his face, he was like white as a ghost. He had his suit. My car's not the biggest car, and he had to get in the car with me. Obviously, my suit was in the back. I ain't creasing my suit. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to crease my suit. So Max's suit had to lay across his lap. And I'm driving the car, I'm looking in the wing mirror, I could just see Max, he's white as a ghost. Almost as white as Robin's dress, but not quite as white. But yeah, obviously, listen, my job ain't to do a speech, everyone. I'm here to just make sure I get the party up and running, everyone's flowing, the drinks are flowing. Obviously, you know where the bar is, don't you? The fire exits are quite obvious. But no, just enjoy your night, everyone. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Thank you. So the next one, Francie, are you ready?
First of all, I don't know everyone here today, so I'll introduce myself. I'm Francie. I'm Robin's stepdad. One person who needs a mention today is Craig, Robin's dad. Today I would have been sharing this role with the father of the bride, Craig. I know he would be gutted not to be here today, but I think and hope he would be proud of me and Brad having the honour of giving Robin away today. So 25 years ago, I met Sharon. Then I had the pleasure of joining this wonderful family and meeting Robin and Brad. A couple of years later, Robin's brothers, Joe and Bill, then arrived, which made our little family complete. The journey we had, all been over the last few years, is amazing, obviously with some bumps in the road, but we always supported each other, and I love you all and would do anything for any of you. Thank you. I would like to say that what a stunning bride you are, Robin. You look so beautiful today. Also, all of the bridesmaids are looking amazing. Thank you for being the best team bride for Robin. I want to thank each and every one of you for attending today. We have people here from far and near. Big thank you for Tasha, Robin's uni Fred from Spain. Where are you? Tasha, give us a wave. Yeah. Also, we have from the exotic sunny city of Nottingham, we have Mouldy. As you can see, for the amount of people here, Robin and Max are a very popular couple, unless it's just you're all here for the free bar. So I first met Robin when she was 3. It soon became clear that we was going to have a lifelong bond, and I loved her straight away. Cute little curly-haired 3-year-old who knew what she wanted. She was very happy, outgoing and confident, and obviously very intelligent. This bond was only get better over the years. She'd done so well at school, passing every exam and even becoming a prefect, or school police as I like to call it. She made us very proud every school year. Hold up. Oh no, no.
Prefect, all right?
Yeah. And then she would win every talent show with her Titanic song or Whitney song. She even got close to the final stages of X Factor. We all thought she was going to make it big time. We had so many exciting times watching her singing, and she was very proud. We was very proud when she played Nancy and Oliver at school. Such great memories of watching her grow up. We had plenty of holidays in Zante, Greece, too many memories to mention, but the dolphin henna tattoo stood out. I advised her she shouldn't get it. Soon went wrong. After 24 hours, she woke up with blisters.
In the shape of dolphins.
That was a lovely day out for us at the Greek Medical Centre. No one ever listened to me, and they still don't. Robin was the first one in the family to go to uni, and after 3 years at uni and 1,000 essays later, she once again made us the proudest parents with a 2-1 degree. After a few short waitressing jobs, she found her love for South Africa, where she became a project leader for nearly a year. then finally working for British Airways and travelling the world. British Airways come to an end, which timed very well with her lead up to meeting Max. I first met Max in Walton-on-the-Naze on one of the hottest days of the year in 2019. Obviously, cold beer was needed. I knew right away that Max was the right man for Robin as soon as he said to me the words, "Francie, can I buy you a beer?" I knew then he had a place in the family. He has become the new first point of call for us all when we have computer issues, taxman issues, or scamming issues on the internet. We now know that has to be Max approved first. I would like to speak for me and all of us here today that you are the most kind, caring and decent bloke any man would want for their daughter. Me and Shal couldn't have asked for a better son-in-law. If I was to offer you both advice for the future, it would be don't take life too serious, never go to bed on a row, which is easier said than done. And Max, the last two are for you. Never say no, nod and smile, and a happy wife is a happy life. Happy life.
It's Max now. Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. So you're going to pass it over to Max?
And now it's over to Max, who is absolutely dreading it.
I don't know if I could read the writing because it's so small. Sorry, mate.
Hi everyone. On behalf of me and my wife, we'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you being here today. It seems really surreal that we're in this moment and it's come really fast and there's been countless time, effort and planning, none of which I'm responsible for. So I can't take any credit for that. And to be honest, I've forgotten about a lot of the things that we booked until the invoices started flying over. So, yeah. It's funny because I'm not superstitious at all, but I was really paranoid I'd see Robin's dress before the day and I really didn't want to see it. And because of that, Robin thought it was funny to wind me up and she'd Google ugly dresses and leave it on the side on her phone so I'd see it. So it was a roulette to see what she'd turn up in today, but she looks absolutely amazing, as she always does. Yeah. Now, before I begin, make sure that your glass is nice and full as there's going to be a couple of toasts. Me and Robin are really overwhelmed by all the love in the room, and we're really grateful for those that travel far to be here. There are loved ones who are sadly no longer with us and therefore can't be here today. We've had a lot of loss in the family, but the most recent is my Nan Shirley. She was an amazing woman and she loved the colour green, which is why I've picked a green suit in her memory. Another special person is Robin's dad, Craig. Craig was a massive part of so many people's lives and is so sadly no longer with us. You only need to speak to people who knew Craig to know how loved and funny he was. It's sad that he isn't physically here to see Robin get married, but we know that he's here today in spirit. And Robin asked for one thing from her dad, which was the weather. And we've had he's delivered. So thank you, Craig. I hope that he takes comfort in knowing that his daughter's found someone who will always love, care and protect her. So can I please ask you all to raise a glass in honour of Robin's dad, Craig. Now, firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to Robin's family, who welcomed me with open arms from day one. I remember Christmas at Sharon's, and I walked in and there was an overwhelming big bag of presents and they had all had my name on. I couldn't believe how thoughtful every gift was. But at the same time, I remember thinking, bloody hell, is this what Robin's going to expect every year? Also, I'd like to say that Robin's bridesmaids look stunning, and I want to thank you all for organising the hen and letting Robin know just how loved she is. Usually you only get one hen, but if you're Robin, you get two. Also, I'd like to thank all my groomsmen. I would say you all look great, but as blokes, we don't really say that, so I'll just say that you look all right. I will say, though, it's crazy that it felt like yesterday we were at Beach and Court playing Pokemon and Death Ring and whatever else. Yeah. And now we're having kids and we're getting married. So, yeah, life comes at you fast. Also, I'd like to thank my best man, Jay, who did a great job at organising my stag, although his choice of limo was quite questionable. For those that don't know, me and Jay used to make music together under the names Medic and Dice Man. And although we didn't become the famous superstars that we thought we would, we've remained good friends. But if he says anything bad about me, just know that it's not true. To Robin's stepdad, Chris, who's better known as Franksy, or also the Major to anyone who went to the stag do. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything you do for me and Robin. You've been a wonderful father to Robin, and we know we can always count on you. You mean a great deal to me and Robin, and I feel honoured that you've accepted me into the family. Thank you also for introducing me to Tazis Giros, which I won't be holding back on now that the wedding's out of the way. Also, I want to thank Robin's brothers Joe and Bill, as well as my Uncle Barry, my Grandad John, and also my Dad Mick for being my ushers. Thank you to my flower girls and page boys, and also anyone that come on my stag, and also Robin's hen, especially Robin's nan, Lynn, who made it up even after her surgeries. Yeah? Yeah, I did. To Brad, thank you for stepping up and doing an amazing job as Master of Ceremonies. If there's anyone we can rely on for talking, it would be you. Thank you also for granting the go-ahead with Franksy when I was planning on asking Robin to marry me. You could have said no, and I would have respected that, but you didn't, so luckily for Robin, she's hit the jackpot. To my mum, thank you for making the effort with Robin and welcoming her into the family. It really means a lot to me. To my dad, thank you for teaching me so many life lessons, although I wish you taught me how to hang on to a hairline for as long as you have. I would also like to thank Robin's aunt and uncle, Louise and Dave, for their support and making Robin feel like her dad was involved in the big day. It really means so much to her. To my auntie Karen, thanks for everything you do for us. You've helped us massively and we love our catch-ups and dinners. And Robin, I'm sorry, I love your stir fries, but it's never going to be a Karen pie, is it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. To Robin's mum, Sharon, thank you for being the best mother-in-law and also the best mother to Robin. You taught her that she can achieve anything in life. Every major achievement that Robin has done is because you've championed her. Thank you for everything you do, although giving Robin the idea to travel has obliterated my bank account, but I wouldn't have it any other way. For those who don't know our story, me and Robin's pie first crossed when we were 16. Robin's dad was friends with my dad, and I even remember a photo of Robin's dad, Craig, on my fridge growing up. Robin and I were both in mutual friend circles, but we didn't actually speak to each other, which in a weird way I'm glad for. If we settled down too early, then Robin would never have done all the amazing things she'd done in life, such as travel the world, become an air hostess, or work with lions in South Africa. Me, on the other hand, would never have got to level 99 in World of Warcraft. Robin and I first started speaking on Tinder, and being the smooth guy that I am, it took a simple wave and a wink and I secured the date. On our first date, I was so nervous and I wanted to make a good impression because I knew I liked her. I ended up going from this smooth guy to fumbling my words. My mind went totally blank and I couldn't remember the word for hospital. I remember thinking to myself that I'm having an absolute nightmare, but we just laughed it off the whole way. In the early days, we used to do this thing where we'd ask each other questions every day, and we quickly got to know each other. We ended up seeing each other every day to the point that I practically moved in with Robin, and then I did actually move in with Robin. Me and Robin are so different, but our core values have aligned perfectly. She's everything I lack and vice versa. And even though we're different, we open up to each other's world. I took Robin to a heavy techno rave in Amsterdam. Yeah. Which she said she liked, but I feel like she preferred the Anne Frank Museum, if I'm honest. So I'm not convinced. It's funny though, but before I was with Robin, I would never in a million years be entertaining things like Strictly Come Dancing. But these days, the theme tune lives rent-free in my head. Dun, 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 dun.
Done.
Robin, you've taken away the painfully awful things in life. These are things I'm particularly bad at, such as wrapping presents, going shopping, which I can't stand, but judging by all the transactions that ping up on my phone, you seem to like it. Robin has a rare skill in which she'll go into a shop for milk and she'd walk out with Halloween cushions and practically any other thing but the milk that she went in there in the first place to get. But if I was being brutally honest, Robin, you are without a doubt the best thing that's ever happened to me. You're funny, you're kind, you're beautiful, and you always have my back. Even over the smallest things. If we go to a restaurant and my dinner comes out cold, I know I'm walking out with a hot dinner, a full refund, and I don't even need to say a word. It's brilliant. I will say though that I couldn't be happier that I met Robin. I believe that success is not measured by the clothes you wear or the car you drive. It's measured by the experiences you have with people who love you. Robin, I'm so lucky to call you my life partner. Every day is a day of fulfillment when it's spent with you. We've had so many adventures together already, and I know there's so much more to come. You always make the effort to make life extra special, not just for me, but everyone who's got the privilege to know you. You're my best friend, soulmate, confidant, and therapist. I hope you just know how amazing you are. I love you with every ounce of my being, and I'm buzzing to spend the rest of my life with you. Now I've just got one final request for everyone. I want you all to stand if you can and raise a toast for my beautiful bride, the love of my life, Robin Smith. Robin Smith. Now, Jay, I'd like to ask my best man, Jay, to come up to deliver his speech wherever he is. So here he is.
So it's such a privilege to be standing here in this wonderful venue in front of a load of good-looking people. Cheers, Brad. With a wonderful couple. I was very, very nervous when Max asked me to be your best man. And that's because I have high standards of myself and I want everything to be perfect. And I'm a little bit scared of Robin, if truth be told. But then I thought there's a lot of people that can't be here and there's a lot of people that live and don't get these opportunities to stand up in front of a lot of people and speak and be the best man. So I thought, it's an honour. And then a little voice said, Jay, what's the worst that can happen? You're only going to ruin someone else's day anyway. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Max and I started very opposites in life. I was handsome, outrageously confident, lean, clean and full of beans. And Max was just a hairy nerd, but with a great personality. And as time's gone on, not much has changed. Max is still a hairy nerd, but because of Robin, he's a little bit more sociable and a lot more confident. So, appreciate that. Don't worry, it only gets better, everyone. To give you more of an idea of what Max is about, for a lot of people that probably don't know him, I'm going to go through a few things that Max likes to do and things that Max don't like to do. So here are the things that Max don't like doing. Running, cooking, cleaning, washing, writing, shopping, exercising, gardening, decorating, or organising. But there is a few things that Max does like to do. Not a lot, obviously. Eating, sleeting, and robbing. That's bad. Yeah, I know. Brad, I did think that. I did think that. Believe it or not, they used to compare us to the Craze in Langdon, me and Max. Obviously, he was the fat puff. I know, I knew you'd like that one. So I can almost guarantee that the only part Max played in this entire planning was the collection of the receipts for his tax returns in April. And also, I'm sure I've seen a few clients floating about, and this is all part of his customer retention plan. But being friends with Max it has his privileges, but it also is very, very difficult. It's almost like being married, because you either have to choose between being right or happy, because you can't be both with Max. And if you think that I'm exaggerating, try and disagree with one of his opinions. He'll look at you as if you're the one that abducted Madeleine McCann. But I would never do that. I would never do that. Because I like my girls to have brown eyes, not blue. I would never do that. This is... That's bad, I know, yeah. But it also has its perks. Being friends with Max also has its perks. You'll always have a roof over your head, you'll always have food, and you'll always have some form of entertainment. Because he doesn't leave the house. He always is hungry and he's always got food available. And he'll always have a random YouTube video no one else has seen that he wants to show you as soon as you get through the door. And this is as true now as it was 20 years ago back in Beecham Court, where the bedroom became the hub of the community, much to his dad's pleasures. Mick would often send us text messages, he's probably sent one now, tell him to shut up. Talking about me, obviously. I can hear that music from here. Turn the volume down on the telly, and what are you even watching? I weren't there, Mick, but I can assure you that when you heard moans and groans, it was no horror show. Max committed his first crime during this period, believe it or not. It wasn't big, but I've got to share it with everyone anyway. The crime consisted of stealing a pint of milk from a doorstep. And he was absolutely petrified, to the point where he asked to hide in a bush and asked me to keep lookout. And being the great friend I am, I'm like, yeah, do that, mate, no problem, you stay in there. So I stood there and was trying to wave the police down, going, thief! He was absolutely petrified, bless him. But unfortunately, it doesn't end there. I did actually get Max in trouble once. I'm not proud of it, but I'll go through it anyway. So it was in Billericay High Street, and accidentally a window got smashed, but obviously it wasn't me at the time. But the police were at the other side, so I went, Max, let's just go. So we're stumbling off. Police come over, they said, I said, Max, don't say anything, don't it? And the police said, who was that? And I said, Max, snitches get stitches, mate. And then before we knew it, we was in the car on the way to Basildon Police Station. As the best. And anyway, for me, I'm like, happy days, this is a free taxi, roof over my head, and all day breakfast in the morning, I'll take it. But for Max, it was a little bit unfamiliar territory. So he thought it'd be a good idea to do a standing protest, staring at the camera until they let him out. 2 hours later, he went asleep. Bless him. Oh, he soon realised that weren't going to work. But meeting Max also provided me with some great extended friends. Obviously, there's Sam, George, Joe. And although Joe pretty much was one of Mick's other lodgers because he lived in the cul-de-sac in Beecham Court. And the only thing I would say is if you think he's small now, imagine him at 13. It was like hanging about with Stuart Little. But he has changed. He now resembles my nutsack, small but full of life. Speaking of Little, the Blue Boar played a big part in Max's life. And that's where he met his not-so-little mate, Nick. Nick has shared some really good stories with me. And there's a lot that I would not want to share with everyone else, but there's one that I think sums Max up perfectly. So a guy goes to the bar and he says, can I have a lucky beer, please? He knows. So he walks off, he comes back and he throws a Carlsberg down. And the bloke goes, what's this? And he goes, that's the luckiest beer I can find. The bloke goes, no, mate, I wanted that. And then that's when Max found out there was a beer called Lucky. Now, obviously, Max being Max wanted to obviously, like, make it out as if he'd done it on purpose. So he was like, nah, so Geezer was taking a mix, so I gave him the worst pint. But we all know that he watched an advert that said if Carlsberg done beer, it'd be the luckiest beer that there was. Because that is Max to a nutshell. But as much as Max did not have common sense, he was hard-working, and he was determined to do wedding life. And he continued to work at that pub while studying for his degree in Norwich, where he obviously met a lot of good friends. And strangely enough, this was the part of his life where it didn't involve me, the most successful part. But it would take a lot more than 100 miles to keep me and Max apart, that's for sure. However, what goes up must come down. And then Max moves back to Basildon and he's soon slumming it. Back in Kingswood. It was bad. Bottles of empty bud everywhere, a dirty air fryer, and a floor you could not see. Bless him. But we all love him for it. But then came his light. I'll wait for you, Joe, that's all right. Do you want to... But then came his shining light. His best friend, the love of his life, everything he could ever ask for. I know it's not me. Obviously, I'm talking about Robin. And I have to say, Robin, on behalf of everybody that actually cares and loves Max, if it wasn't for you, we would not see Max in a suit, for sure. And I also see his aftershave today, and I thought you would never have brought that. Costs more than his car. So, I want to do a toast. Okay, so on behalf of us all, I want to say thank you, Robin, for everything that you've done for Max, for loving Max. I'm not going to say how beautiful you look, because I think people will start talking, because I'm here on my own, so... Now, we can always share a tent anyways. I've got nowhere to go, so I've got to ask someone. But I want to close the speech on some of the wisest words that Max has ever shared with me. This is a great quote. It says, "You're always better ordering more food than less, because you can always just be sick." Exactly what he said. So on the final toast, I'd like to say this. Eat as much as you want. Drink as much as you possibly can. And if you need to, be sick. Because no one's going home early. This is hopefully the only time Robin and Max are ever going to do this. And they have chosen to do that with us, which is pretty special. Okay, so let's make sure that we give them a night to remember. That's me done. Who do I give that to? You know? Oh, perfect. Oh, that is amazing. Yeah, mate, you can keep that. Right. Thanks for making that.
Jay, unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. But yeah, I'll just close it really quickly. So that's it all done now. All the boring stuff's done. So everyone, have a fucking good night. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Oh, that's great.
Oh, but that's the protocol.
Yeah, it's